For about 3 to 4 months in a row now, luxury homes over $1 million, sales have increased year over year, where across the whole city, all product types, they have decreased in sales. Again, last month, 17% decrease in sales for all of the city, but homes just over $1 million went up just over 2% in number of sales year over year. There is something happening in our luxury market. There are some incredible neighborhoods I want to cover, and I really want to show you if you're trying to or planning on moving up into some of these neighborhoods and buying over $1 million, or you're doing the opposite and you're downsizing, getting out of them. There are some kind of Goldilocks zones that we're going to talk about. And I've got, at least 14 or 15 neighborhoods that are right in these zones that I'm going to share with you today. But first, I want to share all the stats that are happening in the luxury market in the city. So let's look at that first. So last month, we ended up seeing about 694 active properties at the end of the month, over $1 million in Calgary, where we had 224 sales and about 60 pending. Canmore had 82 actives, 26 sales. And over here for the rural areas, we had combined was at 66 sales and about 180 or so active properties. So that's kind of what's happening in those areas. But this actually tells a better story than just those numbers. So Calgary, over the 30 days, saw a 3.4 months of inventory for homes just over $1 million. And that is up over from its 90 days at 2.9. So the market is slowing a little bit and it's sitting at 3.4 months of inventory. Chestermere, definitely, that is sitting at 9-10 months of inventory. So if you have a home that's listed or you're wanting to buy in Chestermere, you have 10 months of inventory for homes over $1 million. Canmore is sitting right around 3 months. Airdrie, for the last 30 days, they skyrocketed to 85. So I'm not sure if the actives just jumped like crazy, but we'll be able to see that. And then Okotoks actually got quicker. Now, this is something, if you watched our regular market update, I talked about this. Okotoks is on fire. And honestly, I don't know the reasons for it. It's a great town, great city. But it's kind of outpacing everything else around it. And so it's also doing that in the luxury market sector for Okotoks. And all the other ones here on the right side, you've got the rural areas all sitting around 3 months of inventory, which is really quick, right? You got to remember, these are higher priced properties. Usually if you're seeing 5 months of inventory, that's kind of fairly quick. But when you're seeing these 3 months, that's moving really, really fast. So when you look at the actual median sale price, Calgary is sitting about 1.3, Canmore is 1.38. Now again, these are just the sales from last month. Rocky View County is 1.6, Foothills 1.3. So you can kind of see some of the numbers there. When you look at price per square foot, it's definitely still most expensive in Canmore at $920 per square foot, where Calgary for homes over $1 million is sitting at about $555 per square foot. Someone did ask in comments before, does this include land? And it does, because it's resale. So it's land and house, right? Just based off the square footage. So just so you know that. Some of the rural areas are going for like $640 to $740 price per square foot. And here's all the numbers. So if you look at Airdrie, well, there you go. So that was the thing we're talking about. They only had 2 sales last month, but they jumped up to 15. I do not know the number from last month, but I do know it is a lot bigger for sure. But here's all the numbers if you want to look at it. I'm going to keep going. Calgary. This is what I was talking about. 224 compared to, where is it? 219. We saw a 2% growth in the number of sales in Calgary for homes over $1 million. Last month was 266 to 260. Before that was 225 to 210. This line right here is continuing to move upwards. There's more homes. And I know prices aren't necessarily going up all the time. There's just more buyers, I think, in this price range. And so it's kind of interesting still to see that this is happening in our city, and it's this divergence from the rest of the market that's going on. And so what you also want to see is the market continuing to be quick or decently quick? Like what type of market, right? So in June, right here, the detached home market overall was sitting at 2.8 months. The semi-detached market was sitting at 4.7 months. And then the townhome market sitting at 9 months and apartments at 6.7. These ones are gonna be kind of wild and all over just because there's simply less of those. They're much smaller markets, but you can see the trajectory of detached homes is like that since January. And there you go. And that's your semi-detached homes. So that's kind of where things are at. Like detached homes have definitely come down in terms, and they're sitting at 2.8. So kind of in a seller's market for the whole city. So when we're looking at price points, the 90-day months of inventory, I want to show you kind of a little bit of a different way today. So I'm going to use green for seller's market, and I'm going to quickly go through here and just grab all the seller's market price ranges and crazy. And then we're gonna do blue for balance, which is gonna be between 2.5 and 4 months of inventory. Right there. And then let's do pink for anything that is in a buyer's market. So this kind of gives you a visual effect. Well, for sure that one. Gives you a little bit of a visual effect of what's happening. And so up until, what is this, 2.2 million, it's kind of flirting between a seller's and a balance market. And then when it gets up over about 2.7, it's a solid buyer's market through there. And again, that high 2 million range, the 2, 7, 8, 9, kind of flirts around a little bit again. And then onwards, basically kind of a buyer's market for the most part, over $3 million, over 2.9. So this is kind of an interesting way to look at this. But if you recall in some past videos for luxury markets, there's a thing called the Goldilocks zone. No one else talks about it because I completely made it up. Because it's like, it's not too hot, not too cold. Goldilocks, you know? Oh, maybe that's Red Riding Hood. What nursery rhyme is that a part of? I don't even remember anymore. Let's go with Goldilocks. Anyways, so the Goldilocks zone is basically, it has a good months of inventory. So it's not like crazy fast. And some of these that I'm listing, I'm gonna show you, they are moving pretty quick. And then the other ones, they have a good value range. So the value range really is what I'm looking at. If you wanna look at this chart again, is right around in this range, this million to 1.4, because you can just see the sheer number of actives and the number of sales that happen in those price ranges. So that's a big pocket of this luxury market, is up to about 1.4. So if it's under 1.4 and it has a good months of inventory and the values are holding month over month, then these are the neighborhoods you might want to consider buying in. Or if you're planning on selling and you live in these areas, the market could be primed and ready for you to make that move. So I'm going to quickly go through these. If you like what you hear, you want to reach out to us, please do that. info@chamberlaingroup.ca, or just reach out through the description info. We also have the market report update in the description with a whole bunch of other stats in there that are really helpful. But if you hear your neighborhood and you want to make a change and you want to reach out to us, let's chat. So let's get into this. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention in the description, if you want to find any homes for sale in these neighborhoods, I've got a link just for you right to our website with all of these neighborhoods listed out and all of the homes over $1 million that you can search at any time. You can save that link. You can go there at any point and just see whatever is available. So the first place I want to talk about is Aspen Woods. So Aspen Woods is on the west end of Calgary, and over the last 90 days, it ended up having 8 sales per month, and it currently has 11 active properties. So there's a lot of inventory changing up there. Over the last 30 days, it was a 2-month inventory, and 90 days was 1.5. And their median sale price was actually flat compared to last month, which was $1.4 million. So next on our list is Auburn Bay. And we're just going alphabetical here. No rhyme or reason other than the alphabet is what I learned in kindergarten. So 3 sales per month over the last 90 days with 6 active properties right now over $1 million, 2.3 months of inventory. So it's in kind of a tight or just the top of a seller's market, and $1.18 million was the median sale price. And again, it was a flat number compared to months before. Now Chaparral, This is one we haven't talked about, but it actually averages about 1 sale per month over $1 million and has 2 active properties right now, which is giving it a 2 months of inventory. And there's some great properties in Chaparral. You've got Ridge properties, a whole bunch of different things, but their number is about $1.2 million for their median sale price for homes over $1 million. So we're gonna jump back over to the west end where Coach Hill. Coach Hill is much more of an established area where those last two are much newer neighborhoods. So Coach Hill has about 0.7 homes selling per month, and it actually has 0 active properties on it right now. So if you're planning on selling a home, this is a huge opportunity if you live in any of these tight neighborhoods, because there's a lot of need, or there is need in there, but there's not a lot of inventory. So it only has a half a month of inventory, and the median sale price over $1 million is $1.1 million. Now the next one is Cougar Ridge, which is just a little bit further west than Coach Hill. Currently it has 2.3 sales per month, and there's only 2 active properties in there, which is only giving it a 0.4 months of inventory. That's like 2 weeks of inventory for homes over $1 million. And the median sale price is $1.19 million. So this neighborhood is one that I actually really like. It's Hawkwood in the Northwest, and we don't talk about it too much. But it kind of hides itself kind of beside Edgemont, and for a lot of different reasons. But Hawkwood right now is in a really great place. If you're trying to buy a home over $1 million in there, it's really hard. But if you're planning on selling, this is another place that is really great, and you should definitely reach out to us so we can help you. But 0.7 sales happen per month, and there's only 1 active on right now. So giving it about a half a month of inventory. And the median sale price is $1.2 million. Now, we got to jump back down south, and we got to go to a classic neighborhood, and this is Lake Bonavista. Lake Bonavista, Calgary's original lake community, has a ton of sales every month in there over $1 million. There's 8 sales every month on average right now. There's only 5 active properties over $1 million. It's 1.1 months of inventory, so it's moving really quickly. And there's $1.35 million is the median sale price for the last month. So we're about halfway through our list here, so don't lose me, but it's really important. If you want to just like find any of these homes or these neighborhoods, you just want to see what's available on the market, make sure you go to that link for homes for sale in these areas, because there's some great properties out there. And if you're thinking of selling, please let us know. But I want to talk about Lakeview. Lakeview is another neighborhood that we don't talk about too much, but it is right at the end of Glenmore, right beside North Glenmore Park and the reservoir. Beautiful area. But they have about 4.3 sales that happen per month over $1 million on average right now. And they only have 5 active properties. So they have about 1.2 months of inventory, which again is in that tighter market. And they have a $1.4 million for the median price over the last month. Now, sticking with the lake theme, which is coming up clearly right now in this list, is Mackenzie Lake. Another one we haven't talked a lot about, but it does have 3 sales per month that happen over $1 million. And some of them are like beautiful, like lake neighborhood or lake properties, right? Backing onto the water. But there's some gorgeous established homes in Mackenzie Lake that you can definitely look at. So 3 sales per month, 3 actives right now. It's about 0.75 months of inventory, and it's a $1.4 million median sale price. So that's the last of the lake neighborhoods, but I want to show a bunch of established neighborhoods to you. So Oak Ridge, 2.7 sales per month. Oak Ridge is down in the southwest part of the city. Beautiful neighborhood, big trees, big lots, and they have about 3 active properties that are on the market right now. They have 1.3 months of inventory and $1.3 million for the median sale price. So Oak Ridge is a great neighborhood if you're trying to find something that is established, and if you're trying to sell in there right now, there's a lot of demand. So let us know. But I want to talk about Ramsey. We're going inner city. We're bouncing all over the place. So we're going inner city here, right beside Inglewood. So Ramsey is kind of, actually, if you're going to go watch the Stampede, or if you went and watched Stampede fireworks from that hill, what is it called? Scotsman's Hill or something like that? That's Ramsey. So you might have been in Ramsey and you had no idea if you were going down to watch the fireworks for the Stampede. Anyways, they have about 2 sales per month and about 3 active properties right now. And it's about a 1 month of inventory roughly, but they have a $1.35 million median sale price. So you can see so far, all of these properties, they're kind of sitting in this Goldilocks zone of lots of sales, months of inventory, good median sale prices under 1.4, but there's about 3 or 4 more. Signal Hill. We're jumping back over to the west. There's a lot of properties on the west end, a lot of neighborhoods on the west end in this pocket too. So Signal Hill has 6.3 sales per month with about 4 actives right now, which is giving it about a half or so month of inventory. And they're sitting at $1.12 million for the median sale price. Beautiful, established, right beside or really close to this next neighborhood, which is Strathcona Park. Strathcona Park has about 4.3 sales per month and 5 active properties, 2.3 months of inventory. So it's kind of a little bit closer to the balanced market than a lot of these other neighborhoods. So buying in here is gonna be a little bit easier than some of the other ones, right? But it's got $1.12 million on median price for homes over $1 million. Now, finally, we made it to the end of our list. And this one is in the Northwest. It is a neighborhood that you can buy in, you can live in for a long time. You can send your kids to schools. You can move up. You can start in a townhome, a condo, to a starter home, and then you can move up to $1 million home, because in Tuscany, that's where I'm talking about, is 2.7 sales per month. And there's 4 actives right now, giving it a 1.7 months of inventory and $1.27 million for the median sale price as of last month. So that was a lot of info, a lot of neighborhoods that I just rambled on about. But if you want to look for these properties, you want to dive in and see what's for sale in these 14, 15 neighborhoods that are in the Goldilocks zone, jump in that link in the description, grab the market report, subscribe to our channel. If there's anything we can ever do, please let us know, and go watch this video. It's a lot of instructions, but this video is really good too. So we'll see you over there.